Andromeda, everybody. So we met all the miserable people on board on board the Nexus last time. They've had a bit of a rough go of it. They've had rebellions. All of the high command have died. Addison hates life, and yeah, we're going to get our own little scout ship, which I hope we get to pretty quick. But I feel like we just need to hold our horses a second. We spoke to Sam, which was great. He's kind of our best friend now. He's like the voice in our head. The reasonable voice in our head. I just altered the field of view back a little closer again a bit. One of you said that it just looks a little bit fisheye effecty, which I appreciate. And we need to go to our father's quarters to see if we can get some hint of these secret objectives he had. We should go back to the Nexus and talk to the Krogan and the Turian. Because they're the other two major commanders there, if they're available, that is. And we need to upgrade our stats and stuff, so let's have a look. Priority ops. Allies and relationship. Okay, find leads on the arcs, okay. Find a way to remove Sam's memory blocks. Is that on the map? It's literally right here. What do you got?
Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Okay. Look at the hair. The hair is so dodgy. Look at your hair. What colour is that? What colour is that? That's bizarre. The memory trigger. What is that? That's weird. Now, let's look around at the other stuff first. Books.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Okay. Connections to shipfarers. Right.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
I wish Sam didn't have such a distorted voice. Edie's voice didn't sound that distorted. Do you know what I mean? We get it. They're an AI. You don't have to batter us over the head with it. Oh, the SR2. Nice. Collectibles. Got a memory trigger, which is a bit bizarre. But...
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Okay, we'll look at the memory first, then we'll come back to these. Oh, let's get some coffee.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Okay. I don't know if we've had confirmation of what happened to our mother. I think she probably died, considering we asked Addison if they were romantically involved.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location.
Oh, okay.
Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories.
Alright.
One of your father's memories is now accessible.
Okay.
Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Like a Black Mirror quality to this, right? These saved memories. Alright, let's look at the archive system.
Personal logs. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Oh, right. General's logs. Why is that number 1 if it's the final entry?
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Scott. Dr. Tapero says he'll be fine, but he's my son. How can I not worry? I hate to leave him like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
What do you mean? What are we going to find out? Weird. Okay, Asari, yeah. Oh, Liara, yeah, archaeologist.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Liara Tassoni, huh?
Yeah.
She studied the Protheans. When my team used to dig up artifacts, we'd debate her work. She had some pretty controversial theories, as I recall. Never gained much traction.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Okay. Oh, nice. No way.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
Was that really her? Voice actor, I mean?
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Interesting. I have some theories about the overarching story in this game. I'll share those a little bit later. The Milky Way Departure.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been.
Yeah, we get it, mate.
Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
It's, things like that, like when people, I think, well, you know, in films and games, whatever, when they try and establish conflict or tension in any form of relationship that you haven't seen is a bit difficult. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's not been a good father, blah blah blah. And we might find out the extent of that, but like we as the player, we can't really feel that, or we can't really feel that yet. So being told it is just, we need to be shown that. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so these are all encrypted. Yeah, I really feel like we need to be shown that kind of thing. You know, show and don't tell, things like that. God, why have they used so much blonde hair?
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Okay.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes,
Yeah, through the neural
you will
link.
experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day.
Let's do it.
Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Oh, okay. Bit of throwback.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
He's not gonna like that.
Alec,
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
he told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Okay, so driven by the desire to cure his wife of a terminal illness.
Wow, hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I guess. Yeah, Mum's life is at stake.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Oh, right. So, have you got any updates on Scott?
Do you know anything more about Scott's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing Scott with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
Is he going to be asleep for the whole game? So what can you tell me about this implant?
What more can you tell me about my implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
You removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Yeah, just treat me like a friend, okay?
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything?
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Yeah, he'd experienced the pain as well.
Me
Right?
more than you.
So is this where you are, or is there a mainframe somewhere else?
I take it you're based here in Samnode?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
So what are what's the extent of your abilities besides just this connection with me and the obvious computer abilities?
What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How did my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
The other Sams similar to you, like clones, or are they very much their own personalities based on the Pathfinders that they're connected to?
So there are other Sams out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure.
Right.
I am the most advanced Sam in the initiative.
Okay, so there's a chance we're going to run into an evil Sam, maybe. It would be nice for a game to it would be nice to go through the game with AIs or machines being kind of not murderous at any point. Do you know what I mean? So, am I kind of dependent on you now?
What did he mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
I mean, this is a great way to establish an understanding of biological creatures for an AI, right? This would create a real empathy, right? To share experiences, to have this symbiotic relationship. That's a really clever concept, as opposed to letting an AI learn through pure, through the chaos of individuality, I guess is a way of putting it, right? Because being free as an individual means that you're free to experience bad things. Do you know what I mean? And that could result in you becoming, a horrible person. And the same would therefore be true of an AI. If an AI experienced enough hardship, enough ridicule, whatever, enough torment, then they could turn very bad. So this kind of connection to a human person, whether this might lead to Sam becoming an individual in the end or not, we don't know, but it's a great idea.
That's all for now.
Of course.
Alright, let's go and check out those extra entries, then we'll head over to the Nexus to see if we can look at these hair colours, man. What is going on? I mean, seriously. That's great. I don't know why this can't be in the same room as
Your
Sam.
father's personal logs.
Oh, our mother's disease.
Amazing how life can change in an instant. Suddenly my career doesn't matter. This incredible woman I've been married to all these years. She's facing the end. All I think about are the times I wasn't there for her. Well, that's going to change. It occurs to me that Sam might be more than I ever imagined.
Okay, he's done something, hasn't he? Sam might be the digitized consciousness of Ellen. Or Ellen is stored somewhere as an AI. It's gotta be. Because he's talking like she's not gonna die. Do you know what I mean? Like he's figured this out almost. Like he's immortalized her somehow. Interesting. I suppose you couldn't really blame him, right? What are you doing, man? They've all been in cryosleep. It's taken all the tone and pigment variation out of their hair. They do random squats. Right. Okay, so can't really do anything about that. Alias assignments. Nexus. Okay, so we need to scan those things. I'm not necessarily wanting to do that. Getting to know the Nexus. Right, yeah, speak with Kesh, Kandros, and the scientist. So we'll go and do this while we're here. Coming through. Stop squatting, man. Cryo bay? That's not what I meant. Where are we going? Oops. Oh, right. Docking bay, habitation. Right, sorry. I didn't realise there were multiple options. Loading screen. Loading time should be alright. We're playing on an SSD. Right, so we've got people scattered around here. I'd like to talk to the military guy about the rockheads. Here he is. Kandros. Hi, mate.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Yes.
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try.
I like this guy.
Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others
What?
that people are alive. Who knows?
Could be
If you need
both,
anything,
right?
come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Okay. Most important thing really is the Ket, so I guess we'll save that till last. So what's your role exactly?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us.
Oh,
They
really?
penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Yeah, good point. So why did you decide to come to Andromeda? What were you leaving behind?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know.
Okay.
Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
That's fair enough, mate. Turians?
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Meritocracy.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered.
Nice.
In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Man, this guy is so helpful. God. This guy's amazing. The Ket.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Okay, I wasn't really listening then. Sorry. I was
What's the
thinking of
latest on the
something
Ket?
else.
Nothing right now.
Oops. Sorry, all I could think of was Ket. And I don't know about you, but I don't know, in Manchester, Ket is just slang for Ket. It's just short for ketamine.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
This guy's quality. Trust this guy. Oh right, strike team missions. Is this a multiplayer thing?
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
Okay, have you got side quests, I think? Well, we'll come back. New locate. Oh, operations, right. Ops.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable, as our expedition proves.
Alright, Prof.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
It's great, man. Everyone else is being really cooperative. Like, they're happy to see us. They want to get things done. They're like actual enthusiastic explorers. Can I join in?
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Or lab. You know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Nice. Yeah. Harry Darnell. I've not seen any... Not into any Asari so far. Well, hang on. No, they've all got very kind of similar character models at the minute. Got a side quest back there. We've got more horrific hair colours. I mean, what is that about? It's like mustard colour, man. What is that? If even a bald guy doesn't want your hair, that is a sign that you fucked up, you know? Like, do you want to be bald, Matt, or do you want this mustard-coloured bob haircut? I will take the skinhead every time. A data pad. Same shit, different day. Posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up. The Nexus is a four-ring circus. I don't like how Tan operates, and his disdain for the Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. He's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I can talk to Kandros about this, and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated. Or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Yeah, that kind of echoes our experience, right? Addison and whatever the Solarian's name were are kind of a pain in the arse. Kandros gets shit done. Kesh too, I imagine. Hey, Kesh.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time.
They have.
There's a lot that needs doing.
I know.
At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Yeah, let's not bring up the genophage right first. What do you do?
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Do you know where your... where all the other Krogan went?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan, ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and in return, get more say in the initiative.
Yeah, and he didn't hold his end of the bargain.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here.
I mean...
Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place.
Ugh.
It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out.
No,
We're
I don't.
Done being used.
So why are you here then?
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Interesting. Nexus?
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
Yep.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Not the genophage, let's bring that up.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. the genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
So none of these Krogan will have been cured because this we left during Mass Effect 2, I think.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense.
Ah.
During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Okay, so Krogan are gonna take this galaxy over.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it.
Oh,
they
okay.
did try to conquer the galaxy.
Yeah.
The Solarians were forced to respond.
Nuance.
And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it.
Man,
I'm hoping that's all in the past.
Kesh gets it.
Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
Man, Kesh gets it. Kesh absolutely gets it. Right? It takes 2 to tango in a conflict, sometimes 3, right? Alright, thanks for everything, Kesh.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Alright, so Kesh
yes,
and...
I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all.
Okay, so Kesh... Awesome. What's his name? The Turian, he's a good guy. But Tan and Addison are a royal pain in the arse. So let's go and pick up this side quest. And then we'll if they're local, we'll think about doing
this.
This
is a nightmare. It's not right. It's not fair.
What is it?
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political.
Let's spit
My
it out.
husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Which was?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Okay. Right. That is much more interesting than this, so I'm going to go and do this first.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await
Oh, wait.
instructions.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story.
Yep.
Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Wife says you're innocent, dude.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
And then he died.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
So, unintentional.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Guess the evidence will decide.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Alright, speak to Kandros.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
Why are you trusting... Well, yeah, dispatch them for what?
What situations should they handle?
Protecting civilian outposts, holding key positions, or just distracting the Ket. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
This sounds like multiplayer.
No news on the Turian Ark yet. Or is this militia business?
Yeah, it's a murder case.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Isn't that a bit of a reach, mate?
Doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception.
Scapegoat.
Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is important, dude.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
We'll see about that. Select to complete in multiplayer or to assign a strike team. Guys, can you let me know if this is optional? Because I have zero interest in doing... I have zero interest in doing multiplayer. Apex status. Lieutenant, based on the status report status, I can't remember how to talk. Based on status report 16C, it seems we're no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile. The risks involved and continued loss of resources and lives make it hard to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Oh, this console. Let's play back the recording.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Okay, that didn't really help.
Hyperion docking procedures are now complete. Tram technicians,
Alright.
please report to the Hyperion.
Ah, you. Fluorescent hair with the pink back and sides. Cassidy.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sarah Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him.
See it
Then
in his
the
eyes?
sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
This isn't evidence. With a cat there?
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Does he show any remorse?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
Have any idea why the chief was in such shock?
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
What? Seriously, what is up with the hair, man? She's like, the hair looks fine, and then all of a sudden she's got lilac back and sides where it's shaved. Who do you agree with?
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer.
That's not what I asked.
In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Alright.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Oh, God. Speak with Tan, speak with this guy, speak with this guy. God's sake. I really didn't want to speak with you again, but hello.
Something I can help you with?
Yes.
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The body might reveal the truth.
The more certain we can be, the better.
Alright, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case.
I'll do what I want.
I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it.
I'll deal with you.
We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
Yeah, do one. Right, Alright, we can't go there now. Bloody station sabotage.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Do I have to go somewhere else for this? I don't understand. Oh, an arms merchant.
We are working on accessing more power.
This UI is really, 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 really bad, isn't it? Like, what am I looking at? How much cash have I got? I got fuck all. Right, Pathfinder, you know, secured, you know, the person who's looking for the place that's going to make everyone safe, and you're making me pay for guns. I don't appreciate this. Security footage? What? Oh, we've got an item limit. Oh. Okay, this might shed some light on the mutiny. Kandros from Duran Tan. Right, from Tan. As you're aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a factor. But for the leaders, including your predecessor, former security director Sloan Kelly, it was a conscious betrayal. There have been perfunctory attempts to catalogue and address the damages caused by Sloan's people during the uprising, supplies stolen, equipment broken, things of that nature, but I was hoping the militia could step in and draw up an official report. It's imperative we know what we're working with if we're going to survive. From Tan. From Kandros to Tan, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nels to look at it. That said, it was my understanding that exiles were more Calix's people than Sloan's. Isn't he the one who started the mutiny? Calix Corvanis may have started it, but Sloan made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Sloan Kelly's not who I thought she was. There won't be a problem. Good. Then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Sloan and the exiles might have gone? When we do get colonial efforts up and running, I don't want any surprises. Forwarding report from Recon Team 232. Trails cold. Found what looks like abandoned camps in the Pfeiffer system, but none with living inhabitants, only graveyards. The conspirator Irida was among the dead, but not Sloan Kelly. Interesting.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Quarian nav processor. Alright. So I have no idea what we're doing for this mission. Investigate militia. Oh, right. These are all the various main areas. Okay, alright. So what I want to do now is buff our skills. So we need 3 points in combat and 3 points in biotics to trigger the Vanguard, which is what I really want to use. I don't care about being an adept, to be honest. Yeah, this feels a lot like being an engineer, you know, kind of hanging back and throwing biotics around. I want to get in people's faces and be like a bit quite tanky, so that's not what I meant. And we can upgrade our squad mates as well. Okay, so we either want, I think barricade is what we want really here. Oh no. What do we want? It was a biotic skill that we really want, right? Turbocharge. Temporarily vents weapon heat via the armor to improve thermal clip efficiency. No. Deploy temporary energy barricade that will boost shield regeneration. No, because that involves taking cover. We want to be aggressive. Intense physical and survival training designed to improve a combatant's stamina and versatility in battle. So what does it actually do, though? Combat tools. Specialized training allows the user to expertly wield jump jets and melee weapons. Yeah, that's what we want. Expertly wield? What does that mean? Oh, right. God. Okay, this is similar to the original, to Mass Effect 3, right? So it increases power damage. Okay, it increases melee damage. 2%? That's all this does? Oh, and that costs 2 points. Alright. And then... we'll go into biotics. I think barrier is what we want. Reinforces ordinary shields with biotically empowered mass effect fields. I think containment, maybe? Channels energy into a point-blank, high-damage explosion around users. So this is what we want as well. Yeah, we don't want all these ranged things. Like, I'm sure we can use them, but... Nova sounds amazing, but Barrier sounds good as well. I don't know if we can actually use any melee stuff yet, but... Max shields... 2% health and shield regeneration delay reduction, sure. Right, Vanguard unlocked. Excellent. Aggressive combat style, yeah. Plus 20% melee and melee force. Now, can we actually use melee? Codex, journal, map. So where do we actually equip our stuff? It's here, right? Why did they make the helmet mostly out of breakable glass or whatever it is? A Krogan Hammer. Yeah. A brutal weapon. The incredible force of this mechanized hammer is enhanced by precision pistons and mass effect fields. Such hammers are commonly used by elder Krogan warlords, though this particular model has been modified for especially strong humans or young Krogan. Yeah, how do I equip this? Oh my god, dude. Why? Look at all this. Right, I'll have to spend some time looking at all this shit in my own, like, off while I'm not recording, because this is a really, really messy UI, I have to say. Like, how do I know what's equipped? Like, how do I know what's been equipped? Like, just by this little tiny tick? Like, how do I change what's equipped? This is bizarre, dude. Like, do I have to do this, like, in combat? Does it not work here? Wow, that's really weird.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Oh, this is actually showing up on the map now. Sure, let's just do this before we end the episode.
Notice the handoff there. Too small for listen.
Be surprised. There's also Purvine in the seed bank.
Nobody's making...
The damage done to this site was caused by a direct override of the safety locks. Numerous people are listed as working here. I'll cross-reference all other data. We could talk to Liam as well, right? Alright, buddy.
No time for our beer yet.
This place is a mess. Security is... let's call it strained.
I can believe it. Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Cat are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too.
Yeah,
no
great.
idea where they went, but they left mad.
I don't like that. Yeah, let's not write them all off. They could be useful to us. Man, I'm gonna look for a mod that does something for this hair color, because it's really immersion breaking.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just... a lot.
Yeah, we'll sort it out, dude.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Alright, fine. Good talk.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100.
Okay, so we know who the Caden is.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the Saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on.
The system has been tampered with to randomly discharge a pulse that wipes system memory. The sabotage was performed remotely. If you can trace back to source, we may be able to discern who had access to the site. What? Ah.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Hang on, let's just scan the other one first.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the Saboteur used.
It was Addison! I need no evidence.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on.
Did this one lead to the same place? Do one, Addison. No, this was a different panel.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Okay, so she's on the Hyperion, she's not here. Alright, so we'll leave the episode there, guys. We'll confront the Saboteur next time, and we'll get our ship, and we'll hopefully leave this bastion of misery that is the Nexus, and hopefully get to doing some exploring in the galaxy. The UI is an absolute joke. It is an absolute joke. Yeah. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it, but it is an absolute mess in there. I've still not caught up on the codex. I need to do that, but we'll get there eventually. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it, and just remember, everybody, never trust and on crate. I'll see you back on the Nexus.